Rally season is underway, and reporting on the first round of it now, Steve Ryder.
The notable absentee on this opening round, Russell Brooks, champion 2 years ago, is still working out his options for the new season. Brooks missing along with the Manta that bowed out last year. But the other 1987 stars remained. David Llewellyn's famous aggressive style brought him third place last season in the Audi Coupe Quattro. For Llewellyn this year, an Audi 200 Quattro.
I've had a couple of days testing up in Scotland with the car, and it seems to perform very well. We didn't have any times against the coupe, but it does feel quicker. But of course the truth will be known now, today and tomorrow. I think that the biggest place the car will be quicker is on tarmac, because it has the 6-speed gearbox and the new Torsen differentials. And apparently the factory said it's as much as a second kilometre quicker than the coupe on tarmac. So we're obviously hoping that we can give the Cosworths a bit more of a go on the tarmac.
The Ford Sierra Cosworth to catch last year was that of Jimmy McRae, winner of the Circuit of Ireland and winner here on the Isle of Man. This victory, guided by co-driver Ian Grindrod, clinched the 1987 title.
Narrows, 50. Medium right, 50. Turn, open, medium right.
But for 1988, the long-standing McRae-Grindrod partnership had broken up.
Ian Grindrod has gone to Vauxhall, gone with Malcolm, and I've got faithful old Rob Arthur with me. So Rob, you know, we've done events before, done 3 events in the past with Rob, over in 2 in Belgium and 1 in Spain. So we know each other, and I don't think there'll be a problem there.
Malcolm Wilson had left Peugeot to go to GM, but Peugeot still had the Rally Driver of the Year, Louise Aitken Walker.
Well, it's always the same for the first rally. You've got to weigh up the competition for the year and find out how your car's going to perform before stepping into a whole championship. I found in the RAC that the 1900 was a bit quicker than the 1600, and we seemed to handle it okay. The Astras are the main competition, I would say.
And one of the top Astra challengers last year had been Pentti Aurikkala. This gutsy effort had really put the pressure on McRae on the Isle of Man. Aurikkala had started 1987 in an Opel Manta 400, and it was a winning start for the Finn in the Yorkshire Forests. Last year it was a battle through mud and snow. This year it would be better conditions, as Aurikkala chased Hannu Mikkola's record of 4 wins on the event. But for Pentti, a change of machinery. He'd be at the wheel of a Mitsubishi Starion Turbo.
It's more powerful, certainly more torque, and it handles better. I think it is a very clever suspension there. And the engine is quite far back, so it gives you quite nice weight balance. So I'm very optimistic. I think the English birds are quite a bit confident.
Last year's winner, away from the Cartel International start in Bradford, carrying our onboard camera. But it was the champion McRae, first man through the opening stage at Harewood House. The conditions murky but mild. Llewellyn in the big Audi, keen to start the excitement as quickly as possible. And despite moments like that, it was Llewellyn who was quickest on the opening stage, a few seconds faster than Aurikkala in the Mitsubishi. Malcolm Wilson's season with GM has already started well, with an 8th place in Sweden on the 2nd round of the World Championship. He was looking for a similar result with the Vauxhall Astra here. Also front-wheel drive, Louise Aitken Walker in the 1.9-litre Peugeot 205. Louise's teammate, Callie Grundle, had a brand new 1.9-litre Peugeot 309. And a now familiar sight on the Open Championship, back to contest another year, John Haugland in the Skoda. Harewood House, though, was just a warm-up for the real rally in the Yorkshire Forests, where conditions were the best in recent years. In all, 36 stages over 2 days, totaling 200 stage miles. Llewellyn had started well, so too had Aurikkala. On board in the Mitsubishi, no pace notes allowed on the event, so all co-driver Ronan McNamee has to do is give the occasional guidance. Apart from that, he just sits back and admires the talent in the driver's seat.
Looks okay.
Within a couple of forest stages, Auricular was into the lead, using most of the car's 280 horsepower. Llewellyn, by contrast, was finding the Audi a little down on power, and the dry, surprisingly dusty stages weren't making the best use of the car's four-wheel drive. Jimmy McRae, with the new co-driver, was making a cautious start, but Rob Arthur alongside him is one of the most experienced men in the sport, and they were holding on to a comfortable third place. Phil Collins, you may remember, was the man leading last year's Manx rally before crashing out on the second day. Since then, they've painted the car pink, and I'm afraid to say he and co-driver Brian Thomas wear pink overalls as well. But despite the colour scheme, they were fourth in the Ford Sierra Cosworth. Then came the Peugeots, sharing fifth place. This is Louise Aitken-Walker in the 205, driving as well as ever. Her performance in the RAC rally, where she was challenging the top 10, was obviously a tremendous boost to her confidence. Swedish teammate Kalle Grundle in the 309 GTI struggles to keep in touch, and he's a man with a great amount of World Championship experience. A surprise seventh place for Gwyndaf Evans in a Group N Sierra Cosworth. Group N means it's effectively a standard showroom car. He shared that seventh place with Dave Metcalf's Vauxhall Astra. Metcalf's teammate, Malcolm Wilson, was fighting his way back through the field after breaking a drive shaft on the third stage. Pentti Auricular, though, was avoiding the major problems to keep the Mitsubishi at the head of the field. Auricular twitching the car through the mist of the forest, while on board it was still admiring silence.
Look straight through. Bad left coming.
Problems would come for Pentti, though, as he lost third gear for 3 stages, the gear he used most, and his lead over Llewellyn was just 4 seconds. Llewellyn himself, though, couldn't close the gap, the car still that fraction down on power. It was quite clear, though, that it was a fascinating battle at the front, the leading 3 evenly matched. Auricular, Llewellyn and Jimmy McRae in the Ford Sierra Cosworth. McRae, after 8 stages, a mere second behind Llewellyn, the smallest possible margin. About 45 seconds further back, Phil Collins. And then Louise Aitken-Walker, who forced herself clear of teammate Grundle. Also moving up the field into 6th, Gwyndaf Evans. This is Dave Metcalf in the Vauxhall Astra. Alongside Metcalf, Mike Broad, Russell Brooks's former co-driver. Metcalf was making him feel at home. Metcalf trying to take the shortest possible route, hitting a tree stump and very nearly reaching the point of no return.